Hello, YouTube, and all the YouTube honeys out there. I thought I'd come together and do one last little story for Black History Month.
This ain't the last one.
Anyway, I hope you like it. It's a little something I happened to find on this particular person. Someone who I actually kind of owe my life to, and maybe so many others. This is a man that, I guess if it wasn't for him, I may not be here. Because it kind of he helped change medicine in a very, very big way. His name was Dr. Charles H. Drew. Now, anyone who has ever had a blood transfusion owes a debt to Charles Drew, whose immense contributions to the medical field made him one of the most important scientists of the 20th century. Drew helped develop America's first large-scale blood banking program in the 1940s, earning him accolades and the father of the blood bank. In his early days, Drew won a sports scholarship for football and track and field at Amherst College, where a biology professor piqued his interest in medicine. At the time, racial segregation limited the options for medical training for African Americans, leading Drew to attend med school at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. He then became the first black student to earn a medical doctorate from Columbia University, where his interest in science of blood transfusions led to groundbreaking work, separating plasma from blood. This made it possible to store blood for a week, a huge breakthrough for doctors treating wounded soldiers during World War II. In 1940, Drew led an effort to transport desperately needed blood and plasma to Great Britain, then under attack by Germany. The program saved countless lives and became a model for the Red Cross pilot program to mass produce dried plasma. Ironically, the Red Cross at first excluded black people from donating blood, making Drew ineligible to participate in something that he actually orchestrated and put it together. He couldn't even donate blood himself because he was a black man.
Could he get blood?
If it was a black person, he could, but not from a white person at that time. That policy was later changed, but the Red Cross still segregated blood donations by race, which drew criticism, and he criticized it and said it was unscientific, as insulting. It was just crazy, but that was the mindset of America during that time. Drew also pioneered the Bloodmobile, a refrigerated truck that collected, stored, and transported blood donations to where they were needed. And after the war, he taught medicine at Howard University and its hospital, where he fought to break down racial barriers for black physicians. Now, Dr. Charles Richard Drew, the father of the blood bank.
Drew?
Mm-hmm.
You said Drew.
Drew.
Okay.
The unfortunate death of Dr. Charles Drew. Now check this out, people. On April 1st, 1950, Drew and a few of his resident physicians were traveling from Washington, D.C. to Tuskegee Institute to attend a doctor's conference. Drew, who was driving at the time, fell asleep at the wheel. The car ran off the road, and he, Drew, suffered serious injuries when he was thrown from the car and it rolled over him. Drew and the other passenger, a John Ford, who might be a distant relative. Anyway, the other passenger did survive. But Dr. Drew, the father of blood transfusions, died because himself, he could not receive a blood transfusion. And the reason why, after the accident, they were taken to an all-white hospital. This was 1950, and the place was in North Carolina. Now, he was only 45 years old at the time of his death. And because of his so-called race being black and it being an all-white hospital, he could not receive needed blood because of his injuries. And he happened to pass away. And that's a really sad fate for a man who contributes so much to help and save lives, and something which he himself orchestrated and put together could not even save his life. Well, we owe so much to this man. Now, Dr. Drew, he was born in 1904 and he died in 1950, as I said. And this is a little picture of him here. He was a light-skinned man, but that didn't help him either. Anyway, I wanted to say a little something on him because I owe my life to him, because I had to have quite a few blood transfusions myself many years ago. And because of what he did, I'm here today to tell this story and tell this story to you. I hope you appreciate it. And I get back to you sometime soon or some other little story, but I just had to say this here because this means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to you too. Thanks, until next time. Bye now. Take care. Later.